Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a great weekend, which I'll get to in a second. As you guys can see, Mikkel is not here in this video today. Mikkel will be back on the Skorpion Show next week, so he won't be in any of the videos or he won't be on the podcast this week. As you guys know, Mikkel has accepted a new position at his job, so some days he works on the days that we record, and he's going to be a little more busier, so I'm going to be here cranking out these videos, doing something that I don't know. Like, y'all know that I used to do solo videos all the time, and I stopped doing solo videos and got comfortable with Mikkel being in the videos, and now I feel like I'm uncomfortable doing these solo videos by myself. So this is my first solo video of the year. Normally, I would rather just run and do a live video than do a regular video. So I'm doing a regular video. Let me know how I do. Please make sure y'all start this video off by clicking the thumbs up button, which is the like button right beneath this video. Please make sure you click it. If you're watching the Skorpion Show for the first time, I hope that you click that subscribe button. If you are a previous subscriber and you didn't, you back and you watching us or watching this channel and you're not subscribed, resubscribe again. Shit. If you mad about something we said 5 years ago and you ran across this video, click that resubscribe button. Just subscribe. It's no resubscribe button. It's only subscribe button. Just click the damn subscribe button. Subscribe. Again, like this video. You're sitting there on your phone, click the like button. If you're at the computer, click the like button. If you're on your Xbox, there's a like button. PlayStation, I'm sure there's a like button. Just click it. Show me some support. So this past weekend, let me tell y'all. So I go to the market. I buy a bunch of breakfast foods because on Saturday I had a breakfast brunch with wrestling on. We watched WWE Elimination Chamber. It happened in Saudi Arabia, but it came on at 12 o'clock our time. So that's why we had it so early. I made pancakes for these mother effers. Bacon, scrapple, eggs, cheese, eggs. I made the grits. Let's not really talk about the grits because I told them don't even eat the grits. Don't even eat them because they're not even made right. I didn't make the grits right. So I just left it alone. They had toast. They had butter bread. They had bread with maple and cinnamon. Had the peanut butter out just in case somebody wanted to make a peanut butter sandwich. I had a bunch of stuff. I got them champagne, vodka, I get them brandy, whoever. It was something for everybody, whatever they wanted, it was there. And, it felt good to do that, especially since we lost one of our members of our group, Jay, who passed away 3 weeks ago. It was just good to have that. It was good to, for us to be here in my place and, watch wrestling, drink, laugh, talk about good times. We watched the Stone Cold Steve Austin interview with Ron Simmons, who was a part of APA back in the day. I'm sure some of y'all know him as Farouk. Yeah, it was just a good day. It was a good time. It felt so weird having a Saturday off. Like I got up early, like I was getting ready to go to work. Then I'm like, bitch, I don't have to go to work. I need to get ready. I need to clean up and I need to get ready to make breakfast. That's what I need to do. So I did that. It was just a fun day. And I had 3 days off. I had Friday off. Saturday I requested off. Sunday I was off. So I had a 3-day weekend, and I'm glad I kind of put my Fridays and Sundays off because anytime I need a Saturday off, I could just have a 3-day weekend. I know I'm smart. So yeah, anyway. So yeah, that was fun. And today I went back to work and did my thing. Let me tell y'all. So 2 things happened at work today. First thing, they're like, Kevin, put the number of calls you had together. First of all, they didn't tell me what it was. They're like, add this number, subtract this number. Okay, Kevin, this is a number of calls you missed where you didn't put a work code in. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to put a work code in. Like, what the freak? I forgot to put a work code in. Like, I was like, no, this is not right. This is not right. Then my supervisor, he was like, well, how about you do a subtraction of, or do an add up of how many calls you do and put how many times you put the work code in. I didn't really want to do it, but I just typed it in like I was going to do it. But I know I put my work codes in. I know I tag my calls. Now let's like I know, like if somebody calls and I have to do like a request or a service request, sometimes I don't tag those because I'm listening to customers complain and they're telling their story, and I just don't. I just be into it because I be listening to their story and I forget to put a book in it. And now that, yes, but like it's a regular call. I'm like I couldn't have missed this many, but according to them, I did. So I'm gonna work on that part. And then another thing is, so I'm sitting there. You know, my coworkers never want me to go home on time because we can stay and get overtime, all that stuff. Like, Kevin, you gonna stay? You wanna stay today? You wanna stay today? I said, no, I gotta put a video up. I have to put a video up because I have not put a video up in over a month. Everything has just been lives. There has been no videos that I had put out on YouTube, and I gotta get this YouTube video up. So she was like, well, yeah, well, speaking of that, where is the video? And I'm like, well, we did a podcast. Well, she's like, well, still, where's the video? And I'm like, well, we put up a podcast. Well, still, like, if you got the podcast, you should still have video because all the other channels got podcasts and they got videos. Even Joe Rogan got videos and he got a podcast, and DC South and all. She started naming all of these podcasts, and I'm just like, I don't even listen to nobody else's podcast. But I don't know that they also have videos up. I'm just like, well, y'all need to listen to the podcast. She's like, no, you need to put both of them up. And I'm just like, well, you know what? I'll talk about this today, and I'll ask y'all, should I put up videos and put up a podcast? Because, you know, right now, we're not really getting paid from the podcast. You hear advertisements now, but before we wasn't getting nothing from the podcast. And I'm just like, well, if I'm going to put a video up from the podcast, well, maybe I can make it like an exclusive thing for those who want to see a video, because I think it should just be right now audio, because if I start posting continuous videos of the podcast, no one is going to actually listen to the podcast. No one's going to download the podcast. Everybody's going to just be looking for the YouTube video, and I need people to download our podcast. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I felt like we was just arguing, and I'm just like, no, because it doesn't make sense. Why would I start posting a video? Maybe if I keep the video up, I don't know. My mind is just like, bitch, I don't know. Should I do the video and let it coincide with the podcast, or should I wait a couple days later? I don't know. I have videos that we've recorded of the podcast. I just have not posted them. I'm just like, let them listen to the podcast. Let them listen to the podcast. Because I just don't want people to say, well, you know what, I don't have to download, but I can just listen on YouTube, or I can watch on YouTube. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Do people really sit down and do people still sit there and actually look at people on YouTube? Do people still actually watch YouTube? They don't just keep it on in the background? Because I don't see a lot of people commenting in their comment section. So I'm just like, well, I'm assuming that people just turn us on and go ahead about their day. Because, I mean, if a video gets like 15,000 views and a video only gets like 100 comments, I'm like, well, our people don't comment. They just listen. Or they on the go. I don't know. So y'all tell me what works best for y'all. Do you want the podcast and the videos, and you wouldn't mind paying? Because I still don't see me just, okay, let me just put this video up and then put the podcast up. Like, I feel like there has to be something from somewhere. Like, we have to be compensated somewhere. Or just put the video up. I don't know. So it's just, I don't know. I'm just like, damn, I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm getting too old for this shit, not knowing. But I guess this is the new generation telling us, like, okay, but this is what we do. Like, I want to see facial expressions and all this and that, and I like to watch the video, but I'm like, people don't watch YouTube videos no more. Like, I don't even watch my friends on YouTube. I really don't. I don't have time for nobody like that. But I love everybody. But I just don't have time like I used to sit there and like, yes, I agree. I feel like I'm getting older because I don't have time to do all the videos that some people do, or watch the shows that people watch, because I don't have interest in those shows. I just don't have interest in those shows, and so I'm like, I can't review it because then that would be phony if I'm sitting here reviewing it only because I'm just trying to get a couple views, and I don't want to review things that I have fallen out of love with, like a lot of these reality shows, especially Real Housewives of Atlanta. I will get another try when it comes back, but it's like I don't want to put phony energy into that stuff. So like if I'm watching it, I want to be impacted by it to where I really want to say something about what I watched. Most of these shows I just lay here and I watch them and I just go ahead about my day, or I'm late about them, like Euphoria. Like I know everybody loves that show. I haven't even watched the full episode yet. Like I'm not on the bandwagon with it. I know people watch that 600-Pound Life and 90-Day Weddings and all that. I don't have time for that shit. Or the Love and Lockup. I don't have time for that. Like Love and Lockup is entertaining. It is entertaining, but it's not something I can sit there and just be reviewing for 200, 300 episodes. Like I said, shout out to my girl Ashley, because Ashley caters to everybody. Now, when she's fun, when she's not making a video, she's not making a fucking video. Like, I just love that. And I got to overshout of her. Rox be doing her thing. Rox still put up her power videos, her housewives videos. She's doing the different housewives. Like, I can't keep up. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older. I don't know. I think it's probably because I'm getting older and I want to do something different. I like to talk about life situations. I like to talk about scenarios. I like to talk about that stuff. All of this reality TV stuff, the shit has bored me because it's the same thing, and I hate saying the same thing over and over again. I do. I hate saying the same thing. Like, why would you let this man treat you like trash? And why would you date a man like this? And you keep going back to this man and he keeps cheating on you. And like, why I got to keep doing that stuff? Like, it's just be like, what else am I going to talk about on here? Like, what else can we do? Like, let's just make this different. Like, I don't know. I'm just spilling all my guts out. Like, since I'm live and I'm here, like, I'm just spilling it all out. That's just how I feel about a lot of these shows. I think I like TV shows that y'all probably wouldn't like, or y'all probably wouldn't have to switch to. Like, I love The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. How many of y'all watched the new premiere this weekend, the season 4 after 2 years? I watched it. I'm so mad because why is there only 2 episodes? Stop playing with me. I like to watch like, if you made us wait 2 years, why can't you give us a whole season? Why can't we have the whole season? Why I got to give you 2 different subscriptions? Y'all keep going up on your subscriptions. Amazon want $15 a month. Netflix want $15 a month. I'm more comfortable paying the $5 a month than I pay with Peacock. I'm sure they're going to go up. $5 a month with Peacock, I could do that. Okay? Then, who else? Who else keep kicking money from me? Spotify, I canceled that. Now I got a little 2-month free trial with Apple Music. Oh my God, let me go back to the podcast with Spotify. So no, our podcast is not on Spotify anymore. And people are like, oh my God, Spotify, I can't listen to you guys on Spotify no more. Listen, there are other platforms you can listen to the Skorpion Show podcast on. We are on Apple Music, and you don't have to pay to listen to our podcast. We are on Google Play. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Amazon Music. You can even go to podbean.com/Skorpion Show podcast, and you can listen to us for free, and you can listen to us and turn us on, and it won't cut off. If you're going through different apps, like YouTube will cut off if you don't pay for that part. Like, you can listen to us on so many avenues. All you have to do is just click download. Just download the Skorpion Show podcast. Right now, we are not on Spotify. Maybe one day we'll be back on Spotify. But, you know, some people are like, well, because a lot of people didn't get off of Spotify, maybe y'all should come back on there. No, we're not on Spotify right now. When I think we should go back on Spotify, we'll be back on Spotify. But right now, we're not on Spotify. There are many avenues. Again, you can even download the podcast app and download the podcast app. We're on the podcast app. Just find another avenue. I know you probably listen to us on a speaker or whatever, but find a different avenue to listen to us if you want to listen to us on the podcast. I don't care how many times you DM us, how many times you write us. We're not on Spotify right now. We're just not. And I don't want to have to go back and forth about that. We are not on Spotify. And we have told you guys many times how to find our channel or listen to our podcast. Some people be like, I don't know, or what's the link? I'm just like, oh my God, it's been almost 3 years now. Just we're on Google Play. We're on Apple Music. We're on the podcast app. We're on podbean.com/Skorpion Show. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Stitcher. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Pandora. We're everywhere. Go ahead and download us and listen to the Skorpion Show podcast. I have more fun doing the Skorpion Show podcast than doing the Skorpion Show on YouTube. I feel like we can say whatever we want. I feel like it's like I don't have to, oh my God, I can't say this, and oh my God, I can't say that, or we can't do this and we can't do that. Like, it's us. It's authentic. I think we're authentic on YouTube. I said autistic. Authentic on YouTube. I just find that we have to be careful what we say on there. Because YouTube will shut your video down, or they will put a mark on your video, or they say, oh, this is not suitable for all listeners. So we just have to be careful dealing with YouTube and that stuff. So let me tell y'all something. Getting off all of that stuff, because damn, my coworker had me heated up today. She really had me heated up, you know. And I'm just like, you know what, let me go home. I don't feel like arguing that word. Let me go home. I don't even feel like arguing with these customers on the phone. Let me go home. So I went home. And so I watched Bel-Air. Okay, now when I first saw the previews, like I knew it was coming, but I mean, I really saw the previews on the Super Bowl. Everything I looked, Bel-Air. I can't even say Bel-Air. Bel-Air. Okay, and I'm just like, is this like this new comedy? Okay, we're gonna see what's going on, but people just like, no, you know, it looks dramatic. I don't know. So I watched the show, and it's dramatic. And the first episode is so Philly. It is so Philly. It is so fucking Philly. It is so Philly. Through the language the way we speak, the way people be hating, the way people quick to pull guns. I mean, everything about that was so Philly. And I was like, yes, I love this. Then, the new Uncle Phil, the new Aunt Viv, the new Hillary Banks, the new Ashley, the new Carlton, the new Will. Everybody is playing their motherfucking part in this dramatic show. And, the Easter eggs throughout the first episode. To me, the first episode of Bel-Air is basically the theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in a dramatic way. It's such a dramatic, like, it's a dramatic episode of the theme song of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And it's so good. And I love how they incorporated today's generation into the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with Instagram Live, with someone running for DA, with them not being afraid to talk about race, with them. It's just everything about this show. And I love the melanin cast. I love how they browned up the fucking Banks family. Nikki Banks would fit right the fuck on in. He would fit right in. Did anybody ever feel like Nikki Banks felt out of place once he came along in the mid-90s? When he came on the show, I felt like he was out of place. But now, if this is that time, you know, he would fit right in. There's your real family, Nikki. That's your real family right there. I love it. And it's so dramatic. Y'all gotta watch Bel-Air on Peacock. Peacock is $4.99 a month. I pay $4.99. I don't mind looking at a commercial here or there. They don't whoop your ass to death with commercials like Hulu. How I got Hulu Live and I pay for the service, and I still have to sit there and watch through commercials even though it's a show that I recorded. Why do I have to sit there and be like, oh, it's going to take 3 minutes Oh, it's going to be 4 minutes. Like, why? I am ready to cancel. Can y'all let me know if YouTube TV does that or any other? Like, they are the best too, because they have like a lot of the channels or a lot of the yeah, they have a lot of the channels that I will watch. And I know Hulu Live just got on, so I was watching some episodes of Iyanla Fix My Life that I missed before the show went off. But let me know which stream. If you have a streaming service with cable, let me know which one you have, and if they have DVR, and if you DVR the episodes, do you have to watch the commercials? Because if you do, I think that it's very important that Verizon or maybe AT&T get into the stream. I see DirecTV is there. If you have DirecTV, let me know how their streaming service is. I think that it's very important that we should not have to watch commercials if we paying for this service. Like, even the option to skip commercials with Hulu was removed once I signed up for Hulu Live. There's like, no, bitch, you can't skip commercials. You got to look at these commercials. So it's just, yeah, I'm kind of frustrated talking about that. But please, if y'all have Bel-Air, if y'all have Peacock Network, make sure y'all watch Bel-Air. What else I have in these notes? Wendy Williams, allegedly, Wendy Williams show will be canceled at the end of June this year. And then they're saying that Sherry Shepherd is going to take over for the show. I love Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams hasn't been back in her seat. Wendy Williams has always said, you know, it's very important to be at your show because you have one guest sitting in your show and they'll take your fucking shit. And, I mean, Wendy has spoken this like every year. And Wendy has been saying this forever. And this time it really happened, or it looks like it's going to happen, because Sherry Shepherd will be having the Sherry Shepherd show this fall, taking over after Wendy Williams. And I think it's very unfortunate, but Wendy has to get her life together, her health together, before she could come back. Or Wendy's just like, bitch, I don't have to come back to TV. Maybe Wendy Williams will do a podcast. I wouldn't mind listening to a podcast, and I don't think I need a video to listen to her podcast. I think it will be fine. And you know, one more thing. Now, you know who podcast I enjoy listening to? Michelle Williams' podcast. And I have never sat there and be like, you know what, Michelle, you know what, maybe you should put checking in on video. I don't need it on video. I'm so defensive about this, y'all. I'm really defensive about not doing video, having a video podcast. I don't know. But yeah, so I just feel like Wendy really has to get her life together. There's been so many rumors about her bank accounts being frozen, to her being close with her ex-husband. It has been so many stories about her. I just don't know what to believe. Wendy Williams has posted her own. She has her own, not YouTube, she has her own Instagram now. She doesn't own the Wendy Show account. So she has like the real Wendy Williams online or something like that. And the first video I saw was her on the beach with her son. She seemed okay. She seemed she had to think a little bit about stuff, but she seemed like Wendy, but she was off a little bit. Like something still wasn't right, but she's getting her life together. So I don't know. I guess for now it's goodbye to the Wendy Show and hello Sherry Shepherd. I haven't DVR'd anything from the Wendy Williams Show this year. I barely watched any interviews. It's kind of like the Wendy Williams Show doesn't exist for me anymore. And I don't even watch The View like I used to. I just don't. My life, I just feel like my life has changed so much. Like, it has changed during these past 2 years. And a lot of things that I used to care about, I don't care about no more. It's not important. It's not, oh my God, I have to see this like before. Like, nope. You'd be like, bitch, when we going to work, what we doing at work, let's get this money. That's all I be caring about now. I don't know. So, what else? Britney Spears is getting $15 million for a book. Let me tell y'all. While I don't agree that Britney should have been a conservatorship, some of the videos be like, you just sit there and you be like, Or maybe she was broken down after being in the conservatorship for so many years. Some things I say I would not post, and she posts them. And sometimes I think, well, maybe that's why. Or maybe that's why. Or maybe, maybe it would be good to have someone in charge of her and stuff like that. Sometimes I just see those things and I just be like, no. Sometimes she posts videos of her singing and I say no. Now, what is she going to reveal in this book? I have no idea. I don't even think $15 million is enough for Britney to reveal what's going on. I don't think $15 million. I think $30 million would have been better. Or maybe $25 million to write a tell-all book. $15 million is not enough for the pop princess who was Britney Spears. Like, that's not $15 million, not enough. She got $15 million to sit there at X Factor. Now you want to give her $15 million to sit there to write a tell-all? Britney, you got gypped. They owe you more money for You need to put out more. You need to be paid more than $15 million to tell your story. That's just my honest opinion. $15 million is not enough for a legend, for an icon like Britney Spears. It's not enough. Adele's supposed to be returning midsummer. Her tour is supposed to be happening. Well, not her residency in Vegas is supposed to be happening again in Vegas. Things weren't the way she liked them, or things wasn't getting there, and she got on video and she cried and did all of that stuff. I would love to see Adele, but not at those prices. My honest opinion, I don't want to pay. I love her, but I don't want to pay those prices. I think I paid $100 to see Celine Dion. I don't want to pay $500, $600 to see Adele. I love her, but I don't want to pay that much. And you say, yeah, you spend that much money to see Janet Jackson, but she's Janet Jackson. That's my fave. I don't want to spend that much to see Adele. I love her, but I don't want to spend that much. Now, if you want to buy me a ticket, hey, I'll go with you. I'll go to Vegas with you. But what about all those people who bought tickets and then they probably flew out there, or, they had to pay the hotel, or they probably didn't get insurance? What about all those people? What are you doing for them, Adele? Let me know. She ain't going to tell me, but I just want to... what else is in my notes? Keke Wyatt. I'm not going to beat her down, curse her out. But I'm going to say this. I think something is wrong. I think something is wrong because it's not normal to have, in today's society, it's not normal for a woman to produce 11 children or have 10 children. Sometimes you hear somebody have 5. Damn, 5? 7, 11. I'm like, what is it about Keke that makes her want to keep having these children? I don't know, but as long as God continues to bless her with these children, may she have them, may they all be healthy. But I just think that something is not right. I really do. I think that she's addicted to being pregnant or just having babies. It's really not normal for someone today. In today's world, today's economy, it's no reason to have so many children. Back in the day, like maybe over 100 years ago, over 150 years ago, okay, there definitely was a reason to have so many children, but not in today's time. 2022, there's no reason to have so many children. The world is much populated than what it was 100 years ago. I don't know, but I'm happy for her, but I still think something's wrong. She's blessed. She's blessed to have these babies. And I don't think I've ever heard any stories of a miscarriage. If she had them, I hope she's fine. I know it's a hurtful thing for a woman to go through. But yeah, man, just be happy for her. But I still think 11 kids, bless her. She's literally being fruitful and multiplying with her husband. But you know what though? Should we really judge her because she's married, at least? It's not like she's just fucking random dudes and getting pregnant by them. She is literally married. And her kids are not born out of wedlock. They're not bastards like me. Let me stop playing. But, yeah, Wendy, Keke. Keke is married. She has all her children while she's married. And she clearly can afford them. I haven't seen her do a GoFundMe or anything. When she wants to go out there and sing If Only You Knew 100 times, she will do it. I don't care how many times, wherever you pay her to go, she's going to sing that song. And I need her to get a new song. But shout out to Keke White. Shout out to her. What else is going on? The Philadelphia Health Department tweeting Nicki Minaj over a tweet that was like 4 months ago. Like, I just feel like Philadelphia Health Department, your job is to not it's like to put emojis on a Nicki Minaj tweet. How about you do more things to get people to get vaccinated? I know people don't want to get vaccinated, but I still think that we all should get vaccinated. I am fully vaccinated. I haven't gotten my booster yet, and I need to stop bullshitting because I do want to get another one. But I don't feel like this is over yet. I don't feel like this is over yet. It's always this time where it goes down, it goes down. Oh, we got a new variant. Oh, we got to cover up. Oh, we got to do. I feel like it's going to happen again. And if it doesn't happen, then thank you, God. But until then, I'm still going to be vaccinated. I think maybe this will be something that we have to live with now. If you're not vaccinated, I encourage you, please. Because you don't want to be one of those people, well, I'm just waiting to see what happens. And then you're one of the people that catch COVID. You're waiting to see what happens. And then you're intubated. And then you could lose your life. So I don't want that to happen to any of you guys. I don't want you to be out here spreading conspiracy theories and then you catch COVID and you die. I don't want that to be any of our viewers. I don't want that to be any of y'all. Y'all know how it was when my mother passed. My mother didn't have a chance to get a vaccine or any of that stuff. It was still so much, oh, you need to wear a mask. You don't need to wear a mask. Just think how far we've come in almost 2 years. Please don't do anything that's, well, I'm not going to put that in my body. Look, I've been vaccinated for almost a year. I haven't fell out. I haven't died. I hope I don't die no time soon. I don't plan on going anywhere. I should not say that, but I felt fine. Like, it's not nothing, like, my body doesn't feel any different. Like, I just don't feel no different. And my friends, like, they felt the same way. Some people, had different reactions to it. But we're all still here, and we have our parties. And there's no, oh my God, you got to put your mask on. Are you masked up? No, child. It was just like it was old times. Nobody had a mask on. I think this is the first one where nobody came in with a mask on. Nobody came in with a mask on. It was just, all right, let's eat, let's drink, let's party, let's celebrate. That's just how it was. But yeah, you guys, I feel like the Philadelphia Health Department need to be trying to reach out to and more poor neighborhoods where people are not vaccinated. That's where y'all need to be instead of worrying about a tweet from Nicki Minaj. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. We are Philadelphia. We don't have time to worry about what a New York, now California citizen is tweeting about. We need to be worrying about the people right here. Get them vaccinated. If you need to pay, like I seen y'all doing $100 at certain sites, then y'all need to do that. Keep doing that. Spread that real information and not the misinformation. Get these people vaccinated. Yes, they're saying, oh, they're not doing the card anymore. I'm sure they're not doing that card anymore because a lot of businesses were losing money. A lot of people's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to go out to eat. Like, they're not just relaxing these restrictions for no reason. It's because in most cases, they mailing out these COVID things to you guys, and you're not really getting a real record if you have COVID or not. So your COVID cases are going to drop, but it's still out here. Don't act like don't think that it's not out here. It's still out here. It's still out here. Please. So if you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. Or get one. Get one shot. Get one shot. Damn. Get one. Martin. No, let me stop like I'm rolling my eyes. This is my last one. So Martin Show 30th anniversary special is coming on later this year on BET Plus. Another one they want you to pay for. Like, I don't even have BET Plus, they want you to pay for that. So, go figure. I feel like this should be something that should come on Fox, not on BET Plus. But I mean, I know a lot of us watch the reruns on BET, MTV. If you have HBO Max, you can watch it on HBO Max. It's much better because the episodes play in full. I don't know what BET Plus was doing with the Martin episodes, but they're doing a 30th anniversary special. You know, about the behind the scenes. They're going to be doing interviews. And of course, I'm sure they're going to do a tribute to Tommy, who is no longer with us. You know, who was a main character on the show. All five of them were. You know, it's just like, oh my God, this show is 30 years old. So the Martin show to this new generation is probably like how I looked at Good Times and how I looked at What's Happening and the Jeffersons and all of those classic shows, all those classic comedy shows. Like, you know, I watched them, but I really didn't. But as I got older, like, I really fell in love with those shows. Can you believe the Jeffersons got 260 episodes? And Good Times, and with James dying, it's not funny. It's not funny because the real reason why John Amos left the show is because he wasn't a fan of like the way the storylines were going and how they made JJ like this caricature, and they wanted it to be about real things. So Esther Rowe and John Amos left the show, and I know Esther Rowe came back, but there were real reasons why they left. And they wanted black people to be seen in a better light than what they were doing. You know, you don't really hear stuff like that anymore. You barely see any black sitcoms on TV. But shout out to Abbott Elementary. And, you know, the Grand Crew. I don't think it's that funny, but shout out to the Grand Crew. And Our Kind of People. I know people watch Our Kind of People. I watched some. Not all. Just some. Like maybe 30 minutes. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I never went back. Even actually do Our Kind of People. But yeah, I'm excited for the Martin thing. I'll probably will pay a couple dollars just to watch the 30th anniversary. It's going to be hosted by Affion Crockett, but why? I don't know. But listen, you guys, it's past 8 o'clock. It is time for me to get up off of here, but it felt so good to come back and do a solo video. I don't think I was nervous. I just said exactly what was on my mind, and they had to hit no but. Maybe I can get used to that. Maybe I can get used to that. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you click that thumbs up button. I hope you click that subscribe button. If you have not listened to the Skorpion Show podcast, make sure you download the Skorpion Show podcast. I am going to get ready to watch my wrestling. I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to upload this tonight. And I'm going to go to bed. And hopefully I wake up. And hopefully I wake up. And I go to work and I just have a good day. Let me tell y'all. I enjoy going to work. And I enjoy my coworkers. There is not like I've never go to work like, oh, I got to work with this bitch. Or I got to work with this nigga. Like, no. I love my coworkers. And I love the people I work with. And I tell them, like, I used to be tweeting, like, can you imagine if I was your coworker? Can you imagine? And then sometimes I tell them, like, if my mom never died, I probably would have never met y'all. I probably wouldn't be up in here if my mom never would have died. So, you know, but I really enjoy my coworkers. And one more thing, speaking of death, today is my father's actual day, the day that he passed, February 21st, 2003. That was a crazy time. There was a real big snowstorm in Philly, and I could not get out of Philly. My aunt wanted to pay for me to go down to Florida, just to go down there to be with him. He had a brain aneurysm, and oh my God, that was like a tough week. I found out that Sunday, and he passed that Friday. And we just couldn't, it was just no way you were getting out of Philly. It was no way you were getting out of Philly during that time. But you could drive, but I didn't drive. My siblings went down there. I believe they saw him. You know, that's one thing, like, we never really talk about that day. But I believe they saw him, but I didn't. I didn't go down there. But, you know, he passed this day. And today makes 19 years. You know, it's tough. It's tough. Like, I'm okay. Like, I have grown to live without him. Some days, you know, he'll creep up. You know, I'm like, damn, I wish we could have did this and I wish we could have done that. I don't really speak about him as much because he wasn't in my life the way I wanted him to be there or as he should have been there. And like now, I just be like, well, I've lived longer in my life without having a father than I had a father. But I still miss him, and I still have his brother, my uncle. I don't want to say their names, but because you know some of y'all be research people and stuff. But yeah, I have my uncle and I have my aunt. They're his two siblings that's left. That's his younger brother. Well, my father was the youngest, and I believe my father was the youngest, but he was born right before him. And that's my uncle, and then my aunt, she's much older than my father. Probably about maybe 12 years or so. Yeah. So my aunt, she's still here. So then he has two surviving siblings. My mom, I don't know if she had any siblings because we never met. She said she met her father one time. She remembered his name, but I don't know. Shit, you could be watching this and I could be your fucking cousin. Can you believe that? Make sure y'all get your ancestry test done. But yeah, it's been fine for me today. I didn't cry. It's tough though, because I wish he was here. He would have been, this year my father would have been 66. He has grandchildren. Like, it would have been amazing just to spend that time with him, to hear his laugh, to hear his voice. Like, I miss his voice. Like, I miss the things that he would say. He would say stuff to me. And, you know, because I didn't see him all the time, when we spent time together, you hold on to those words. And I remember the things that he said and the things that he would tell me about if life is tough and when people throw hardballs at you and, you know, just, you got to play hardball back and just, you know, I just remember all of that stuff. I clung on to so much that my mom and my father talked to me about. Like those, when your children are growing, you're molding them. And you must tell them important things because they will soak it all up like a sponge. And don't do nothing that will embarrass, no, I shouldn't say embarrass your children, but don't do things where they will look back and be like, that wasn't such a good idea. You know, like, you have to nurture your children. They are your children. You have to teach them in the things that they should do and the things they shouldn't do, the people they should be around and shouldn't be around, and making smarter decisions. You have to do that. So yeah, you know, I miss him. He's no longer with us, but yeah, today is the day that he passed. And I'm doing pretty good. I am. Like, I'm doing pretty good. I don't know how I'll feel next year. It's been 20 years. I don't know. 20 years next year. That's a long time. That's a long, long time. And, you know, I can't really give advice to people. I feel like I'm rambling, but it's good to hear me speak. Shit, y'all ain't get a video no more. I can't really give advice to people about what to do when your father dies or how to act. Or I could say, oh, I know exactly how you feel because my pain is different. My pain is different. It's different from a lot of people. It's different from, you know, like if your father died versus your mother dying. Or I've had much more time. I had double the time with my mother than I did with my father. But that pain, those two pains are definitely different. Oh, definitely. Like, you can't even compare those two. They are different. So when my friend father died, yes, it was important for me to be there, but to say, oh, I know that pain, I don't know that pain. Because I didn't have that relationship. Like Mikkel still has his father, but if Mikkel in maybe 20 years loses his father, you know, Mikkel will be able to identify that pain with, you know, one of my friends. because of the relationships that they've had with their father. Those relationships that they had, I did not have. The relationship that Mikhail had with his parent, he grew up in a 2-parent household. So those things are totally different. That's why everybody's situation is not the same, and we should not tell people, I know exactly how you feel, I know that it's different. It's different now, unless you've been there. Unless you've been there, you can't say you know, because you don't know a goddamn thing. Only thing you can do is guess and assume. But I'm going to end this by saying thank y'all for watching. I love you guys. See you later this week. I don't know who's going to be in the podcast. I need to find a guest for the podcast. Who is going to be in the podcast? I don't know. But I will see you guys later this week. I'll be reading your comments because I'm interested in what you guys have to say. I wonder if we'll get more than 100 comments. I don't know. But until then, I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.